Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to this explainer. You know, if you've been hearing a ton about data lately, well, there's a really good reason for it. Data analytics has officially become the absolute ultimate career path to pursue as we head into 2026. Think about it. Every single time you click a link, buy a product, or just endlessly scroll through social media, you are generating data. And companies across literally every industry, from finance to healthcare to entertainment, are absolutely desperate for people who can make sense of it all. So today, we're going to break down exactly how you can become a data analyst, starting from absolute scratch, all the way to landing your very first job. Let's get to it.
Right off the bat, you might be wondering, is becoming a data analyst really still worth it in 2026, especially with all the noise out there right now? The short, extremely confident answer is yes. Absolutely. But, and hey, this is a pretty big but, only if you prepare for how the role actually works today. You see, the days of getting hired just to make some basic Excel charts, those are totally gone. Today, companies want problem solvers. They want professionals who can take a bunch of messy information, translate it into real business insights, and actually collaborate with teams. The role has evolved, and if you can understand that evolution, the opportunities waiting for you are just massive.
To put things into perspective, the sheer scale of the demand right now is just staggering. Take a look at these numbers. The global big data market is absolutely skyrocketing toward $132 billion. That's billion with a B. And according to the latest projections, we're looking at 11.1 million jobs in data analytics by 2026. This isn't just some tech industry thing anymore. It's everywhere. Marketing, finance, healthcare, e-commerce, they all desperately need data analysts. Because this demand is so incredibly high, and the pool of qualified candidates is still pretty limited, this field offers some amazing perks. We're talking remote work opportunities, high freelance income potential, and honestly, a really great work-life balance.
So, here is our game plan for today. We're following a clear 5-part syllabus. 1. The role. 2. The tools. 3. The beginner roadmap. 4. Salaries and realities. And 5. AI and interviews.
Starting off with Section 1, the role. What exactly is data analytics?
What does a modern data analyst actually do when they log into work every morning? Well, your core mission is to import, inspect, clean, transform, and interpret data. Just imagine a company has thousands of customer reviews, sales figures, and website clicks just scattered everywhere. Your job is to gather all that data from databases or spreadsheets, clean it up, because let me tell you, real-world data is always super messy and full of errors, and then analyze it to reveal the hidden trends. You're essentially a business detective. You take raw, boring numbers and turn them into a compelling story that helps the CEO decide, say, what product to launch next.
Now, it's really crucial to understand where you fit into the tech ecosystem here, because the people mix these titles up all the time. Think of a data team like a giant restaurant. The data engineer, they're the ones building the kitchen and the plumbing. They build the data pipelines and infrastructure so everything flows smoothly. The data scientist is like the experimental chef, creating complex, predictive machine learning models to guess what people will want to eat next year. But the data analyst, you are the head manager. You're tasting the ingredients right now, visualizing the data, and making immediate day-to-day business decisions. You interpret the past and the present to guide the business today.
All right, moving to Section 2, the arsenal, essential skills and tools.
If you're a beginner, I completely get that looking at all these tech tools can cause a bit of coding fear. But I promise you, these are all highly learnable if you take it step by step. The best part? You absolutely do not need to learn 100 different softwares. You really just need these 4 main pillars. First up, Microsoft Excel. It's universally accessible, used by over 1 billion people, and it's perfect for quick data cleaning and pivot tables. Next is SQL, or Structured Query Language. Listen, this one is non-negotiable. SQL is how you actually talk to databases to extract massive amounts of data. Then, for the heavy lifting and advanced stuff, we have Python. And finally, to make your insights look beautiful and easy to understand for your bosses, you need a visualization tool like Power BI or Tableau to build those cool interactive dashboards.
Let's zoom in on Python for just a second, because it really is the undisputed king of data science languages right now. When you use Python, you aren't writing everything from scratch. You'll use specific libraries, which are basically pre-written bundles of code that make your life so much easier. You'll use pandas to handle heavy data cleaning and transformation. You'll use NumPy for powerful numerical computing and math. And when you want to create beautiful, highly customized statistical graphics, you'll reach for Matplotlib and Seaborn. Mastering these tools is exactly what will elevate you from a total beginner to a true professional.
Let's keep the momentum going with Section 3, your step-by-step beginner roadmap.
Knowing the tools is one thing, But in what order do you actually learn them? If you try to learn all this at once, you're going to burn out and quit. So here is a highly structured, sequential roadmap designed specifically to prevent beginner overwhelm. Phase 1 is your technical foundation. And please, do not skip ahead here. Step 1. Learn Excel basics. Get really comfortable with formulas, lookups, and pivot tables. Once you feel good there, hit Step 2. Master SQL queries. Learn how to join tables and pull data. Step 3 is learning Python fundamentals, focusing just on basic logic and scripting. And Step 4 is where you start putting it together by practicing data cleaning using pandas. This phase is all about building that rock-solid base.
Got that foundation? Awesome. Now we shift to Phase 2, which is all about application. Step 5 is learning data visualization with Power BI or Tableau to build your dashboards. Now Step 6 is arguably the most important step on this entire list. Build real-world projects. Seriously, don't just passively watch tutorials, actually do the work. Step 7 is putting those projects into a portfolio and building a strong LinkedIn profile. And finally, Step 8 is preparing your resume and putting yourself out there for internships and jobs.
So, what do recruiters actually want to see in that portfolio of yours? Let me tell you, they do not want to see a generic, copy-pasted project from a YouTube tutorial. They want real business applications. Try building a Netflix data analysis dashboard to show viewing trends, or create an IPL cricket statistics dashboard. Put together a sales dashboard, an e-commerce customer segmentation project, or even a stock price forecasting model. These kinds of projects prove to employers that you can take messy, real-world data, make sense of it, and extract actual, tangible business value.
All right, moving into Section 4, the realities, difficulty, qualifications, and salaries.
We definitely need to set some realistic expectations here. First off, let's shatter a massive myth. The myth is that you absolutely need a computer science degree or that you have to be some kind of math genius to get into data analytics. The reality? That is completely false. Can non-IT students become data analysts? Yes. Can you learn this if you barely passed calculus? Yes. The reality is that data analytics is way more about problem solving, analytical thinking, and adaptability. It's about looking at a complex puzzle and having the patience to just figure it out. Consistency and a healthy dose of curiosity will beat a fancy degree every single time in this field.
And hey, let's talk about the money, because high demand completely outpaces the supply of candidates right now, meaning the financial rewards are fantastic. Even freshers command higher than usual entry salaries, while mid-level and senior analysts see absolutely massive income growth. And this applies globally, by the way. Whether you're working locally in India or landing high-paying remote roles from companies abroad, it's a career that financially rewards your specific skill set right from day one.
But you got to avoid the traps. Let's look at the most common beginner mistakes. First, trying to learn too many tools at once. You end up in tutorial hell, where you just watch videos but never actually practice. Don't do that. Second, ignoring communication skills. This one is huge, folks. If you can write absolutely perfect Python code, but you can't explain what it means to a non-technical marketing manager, you're going to struggle. And third, giving up too early just because you forgot how to write a formula. Actually, scratch that. Everyone forgets formulas. Remember, even the seasoned pros Google their code every single day. Focus on practice over perfection.
And that brings us to our final section, Section 5, AI Impact and 2026 Interviews.
Let's tackle the elephant in the room. Will AI replace data analysts? No, no way. As this quote perfectly states, use AI tools to improve efficiency, not replace thinking. The modern analyst in 2026 is an AI generalist. You're going to be using ChatGPT for natural language data analysis. You'll use Tableau AI or Power BI Copilot to instantly generate dashboard summaries. These AI tools are going to handle all the boring, routine data crunching, which actually frees you up to be a big-picture strategic thinker. Human context and real-world business strategy are things AI simply cannot replicate. Because AI can now write basic code in seconds, the way you interview has completely changed. Sure, you'll still face technical rounds testing your core SQL queries and Excel functions, but the real test in 2026? It's business problem solving. Recruiters are going to give you case studies. They'll say, hey, our sales dropped 10% last month. How would you use data to find out why? They want to see your dashboard thinking, your communication skills, and they want to know that you can ethically and effectively use generative AI tools to speed up your workflow. As we wrap this up, I want you to remember this absolutely crucial point. Consistency is way more important than raw talent. Anyone can learn data analytics. You just have to start small. Don't stress about being perfect on day one. Focus on practical learning, follow that roadmap we laid out,
build those real-world projects, and just try to improve by 1% every single day. The learning curve is only subject to the time you are willing to spend practicing.
Think about it. Every company on Earth is sitting on a massive mountain of data, just waiting for someone to come along and make sense of it. The roadmap is clear, and the tools have literally never been more accessible. So, the only question left is, are you going to let AI and data dictate your future, or will you master the tools to dictate it yourself? Get out there, open up Excel, and start building your future today.